What's good? What's good? This made media live. I'm your host, Big D. Make sure y'all hit that like button as soon as y'all get up in here. What's happening? Man, let me see what's up in here. Shout out to Chris Partlow, I see you, man. Shout out to Jazzy, I see you. Make sure y'all subscribe to my moderator pages, man. The Queen Lotus. Shout out to the Queen Lotus, man. She's been dropping a lot of videos. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all run those up. Shout out to NC, Big Dog NC, for all your latest in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? All the hottest content, you know what I'm saying, with Chicago drill and all that, man. Tap in with NC, man. Also, man, shout out to Trenches News Swiper. Make sure you get that book on Amazon.com. It's called How I Survived Chicago Drill. Make sure you get that book on Amazon.com. Hopefully everybody having a good week, man. Good start of the week, man. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday and all that. Hit that like button as soon as y'all get up in here. Appreciate everybody that popped in. Wanted to do this live real quick, man. Let me see. All right. You know how I like to start my lives off, man. We got some new music, man. We got some new music, all right? Let me see. Let's go. No, that ain't it. Hold on. I should have already had it set up, man. Give me 1 second. Is this it? Yeah. So, man, just some new music from Zaybang, man, from the city, man, San Francisco. Shout out to Zaybang. He got a new project out called March Madness. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you run that brand new Zaybang. That's the intro, you know, off that March Madness project, man. Make sure y'all stream, download that. For sure. All you dropping fire quality music right there, Zaybang, man. Representing that city. Shout out to everybody in the building. This made media live. I'm your host, Big D. Shout out to all the moderators in the building, man. Make sure you subscribe to all my moderator pages, man. Shout out to BZ Baby, I see you. Chris Partlow, Joe the Mob, NC. You heard her, man. Share this live. All right. Let me see. Hopefully everybody having a good week, man. Hey, look, check this out. There's a lot of shit that's been happening, right? We're going to get some of this news up out the way. This off of Vlad TV. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly appeals to overturn his 30-year prison sentence, all right? R. Kelly trying to get that prison sentence overturned. R. Kelly lawyer argued before appeals court that the racketeering statute used to convict him could unfairly implicate various legitimate organizations, including college fraternities. Attorney Jennifer contended that the prosecutors' use of RICO statute against Kelly was improper, suggesting that individuals involved in promoting his music and recruiting women were not part of the racketeering enterprise. She emphasized that labeling such activities as RICO enterprise could set a dangerous precedent for the other organizations. Excuse me. However, Assistant U.S. Attorney Kayla Benson defended the government case, arguing that Kelly's network facilitated illegal activities and subjected young individuals to his control. Testimonies during the trial describe how women were coerced into signing non-disclosure agreements and faced punishment for breaking rules set by Kelly. The judge questioned whether Kelly's employees were aware of the illegal activities involving teenage girls, with the prosecutor citing instances where individuals knew the ages of the girls involved. Despite the arguments presented, the appeals court has yet to make a ruling. R. Kelly was convicted in 2021 and sentenced to 30 years in prison for sexually abusing young fans and producing child pornography. All right, so yeah, man, that's the motherfucking latest and the whole update on the R. Kelly situation. So he trying to appeal, trying to get that 30 years overturned, man. You know, I don't know. I don't know about that. Man, R. Kelly is a creep. Nigga said, that wasn't me on the tape. No, look at nigga, I remember that tape. Nigga, that was you. That was my brother. Man, get the fuck out of here. This nigga put it on his brother. Man, if I was his brother, I would never forgive him. Nigga, like, what? Nigga, you try to put that shit on me? Like, come on, man. That nigga was all fixing the camera. Y'all, who old enough to remember that tape, man? I remember that tape. That motherfucker dropped that shit, was going for $25 for the VHS, man. That nigga was all up in the camera fixing that shit. All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. All right, let's get on to something else. Check this out. Oh, also, man, another update on R. Kelly. My bad, y'all. R. Kelly sues the prisons overseas commissary, man. All right, they seized this commissary. He's suing the prison. All right. Let me see what Kelly is reportedly suing the United States government and the prisons to get commissary funds back after they was taken from him. Previously, the Illinois Supreme Court ruled that Heather Williams was granted access to Kelly's label fund, which had valued $1.5 million. In 2023, ruling found that Williams was entitled to access to the funds ahead of property manager called Midwest Commercial Funding, who won a $3.5 million ruling against the singer for unpaid rent in the studio of Chicago. Court documents surfaced via Hip Hop DX, which found the singer and legal team saying the defendant is appealing his conviction and government seizure of the substantial Bureau of Prison commissary account to satisfy the financial penalties imposed in the case. Take a look at the documents above, right? So, them the documents right there. All you bloggers want to make some content out of this, man, you just jump on this Vlad TV or go on Hip Hop DX. All right. So yeah, that was the update on R. Kelly, man. Let's get off that. All right. And then we got some other news. Sad news about Philadelphia. RIP to this young man, Fat G's, man. The rapper Fat G's was shot and killed. All right, Meek Mill react. Police are searching for a person who killed Meek Mill's collaborator, Fat G's, who was shot in Philadelphia. Fat G's, who worked with Meek Mills in the past, was fatally shot in Philadelphia on Sunday, March 17th. Police said the 28-year-old rapper suffered multiple gunshot wounds. According to local news reports, police responded to the call about a man with a gun on the 1200 block of North Tenay Street in North Philadelphia on Sunday night. Cops found the injured Fat G's on the street once they arrived at the scene. Fat G's was rushed to the medical center, but doctors could not save him. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Meek Mill mourned Fat G's shooting death on X, formerly known as Twitter. RIP Fat G's, he wrote, "Philly is a terrible place for a black man to live. You see too much death, shaking my head." All right. Meek Mill lamented gun violence in his hometown of Philadelphia, calling for change on Instagram stories. If Fat really got killed in the holy month of Ramadan while fasting, I think it's time we fully break the streets up, Philly. A lot of dummies with guns, he wrote. Fat G's, whose real name was Derek Gant, released a song titled No Gun Zone in February. He promoted the track music video via Instagram hours before his death. The video description said the late rapper lost close friends and his blood brother to gun violence and criminal justice system. The video noted that his father been in jail for more than 25 years. Police has not identified a suspect or determined the motive in Fat G's shooting death. Cops offered a $20,000 reward for information leading to the killer's arrest. The Philadelphia Police Department. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. All right, man. So RIP Fat G's. That's the latest about Philly. Y'all know, man, Philly got a lot of lot of killing going on out there in Philly. All right. Yes, yes. All right, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. This made me live. I'm the host, Big D. Appreciate everybody tapped in, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share this. Make sure you subscribe if you ain't subscribed to the channel. All right. This is a little sports. Never mind. This ain't shit, man. Let me get this shit off. Let me see. All right. All right. So look, this off Vlad TV. This is an update on the lady that NBA Sacramento Stockton Kings player was involved in the murder of a prostitute, you know, and had some also one of the EBK members was involved in this also. But this footage is off Vlad TV. That's the last known footage of her while she was alive. Shocking footage has been released showing the final moments of a 23-year-old Marina Rogers before she was allegedly kidnapped and killed by former pro basketball player Chance Comanche and his girlfriend Soccer Harden. Last December, the surveillance video captures Rogers with Harden walking in and out of Las Vegas liquor store, dressed in jean jacket and white pants. Little did Rogers know this would be the last time she was seen alive. Police reports indicate that Rogers, a sex worker, believed she was going on a double date with Harden to sell sex, but instead Comanche pretended to be the client. They allegedly strangled Rogers and then buried her body in a rocky, undeveloped lot near the suburban community of Henderson. The disturbing video and photos obtained by the grand jury showed the chilling sequence of events that unfolded that night. Text messages between Comanche and Harden revealed a conversation discussing the method they would use to kill Rogers, whether it be by strangulation, knife, or baseball bat. Comanche had reportedly tried to find someone else to carry out the murder, but when that failed, he and Harden took matters into their own hand. Despite their attempts to cover up the heinous crime, evidence uncovered paints a grim picture of the events leading up to Rogers' tragic death. Comanche and Harden are currently facing murder charges and are scheduled for initial arraignment in Clark County District Court. They both remain in custody as investigation into Rogers' murder continues. All right, so let's look at this footage right here. This is off of Las Vegas, Channel 8. I'm in Vegas right now, man. I got ran out of California. Let YouTube tell it. But yeah, man, let's check this out.
Cox Fiber powers State Farm Stadium for the biggest games of the year, connecting 75,000 fans and even more streaming from home.
Only on 8, never before seen video and photos from the investigation into the murder of a woman allegedly killed by a former pro basketball player and his girlfriend.
8 News Now reporter James Schaefer joining us in the newsroom with that new evidence from the grand jury.
The video we're about to see is of 23-year-old Marina Rogers right before she was kidnapped and buried in a Henderson neighborhood last December.
These are the final moments of Marina Rogers' life, caught on surveillance video, now the center of the investigation into her 2 alleged killers.
I want to make sure you understand and agree with that.
27-year-old Chance Comanche, a former NBA G League basketball player, and his girlfriend, 19-year-old Soccer Harden, both facing murder charges. Police say Comanche and Harden killed Rogers by strangling her and then burying her body. The photos from the grand jury showing a rocky, undeveloped lot near a suburban community near Gibson and Horizon Ridge, the scene where Rogers' body was found, covered in large rocks, eventually revealing Rogers, bloodied and stripped. Never before seen surveillance video showing Rogers with Harden both walking inside and out of a Las Vegas liquor store, Rogers dressed in a jean jacket and white pants. A Metro Police report shows Harden and Rogers were both sex workers. Rogers thought she and Harden were going on a double date to sell sex, but instead Comanche pretended to be the client. A security camera at a local grocery store showing Comanche and Harden hours after the death of Rogers Together, Metro detectives say Comanche confessed to the murder. Texts between Comanche and Harnden show a conversation before Rogers' death discussing how they should kill someone, asking if they would strangle her or use a knife and a baseball bat. And according to grand jury documents, Comanche had initially tried to find someone to kill her instead.
Now, also according to these grand jury documents, Comanche had initially tried to find someone to kill Rogers. The transcripts also revealing a third person who may have known about the alleged murder plot. Reporting from the newsroom, James Schaefer, 8 News Now.
Now, Comanche and Harnden are scheduled for an initial arraignment in Clark County District Court tomorrow. Both of them do remain in custody.
All right, man. That's crazy. That's the update on that situation. I know I seen a couple of videos that was made by documentaries type of videos that was made. That was pretty dope. Yeah, that's crazy. That nigga was talented. That nigga like 7 foot. You playing basketball and shit. And you want to go around with hookers and killing people. That shit is wild, right? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. This made me the live. I'm host Big D. Appreciate everybody tapped in, man. Let me see. We got some more. Also, man, before I forget, RIP, man, the San Francisco legend, man, Bald Head Rick recently passed away. I'm hearing due to cancer. He was fighting cancer. RIP to him. Yeah, man, that was a sad one right there, man. I know him. He cool as hell, man. So RIP, Bald Head Rick. Let me see. All right. Where we at? All right, we got update. This ain't funny though, but update on this dude, man, Andrew Tate, man. He just got out, didn't he? He right back up in there, man. This is off the Jasmine brand on Instagram. Make sure you follow them. YouTube influencer Andrew Tate detained in Romania over horrific accusations of sexual violence and physical abuse in the UK from 2012 to 2015. Andrew Tate legal woes continued. The influencer and his brother Tristan Tate were detained in Romania for 24 hours on Monday, March 11th. During the arrest, British authorities gave them an arrest warrant from London's Westmore Magistrate or whatever the fuck court for alleged sexual aggression from 2012 to 2015. Per his spokesperson, police took the brothers to court of appeal on Tuesday, March 12th, and the court is set to decide if the warrants will be executed. If so, they could be extradited. The arrest follows four women allegations that the former boxer sexually abused her. I don't know, man. Seems like this dude or people can't stay out of trouble. He always in the headlines getting arrested for some old sex shit. I don't know, man. Is this a case of a YouTube pimp? You niggas some YouTube pimps? I don't know, man. Shit crazy. I think I seen the little clip of him not too long ago. One of them, him or his brother, one of them was like, yeah, I fucked Sexy Red or some shit. I just seen something like that. Let me see. All right. So we got some other news right here. Shout out to all my moderators, man. Make sure you subscribe to their channels, man. Also, shout out to Trenches News. Make sure you get that book, House of Our Chicago Drill, on Amazon.com. Let me see. All right. Take it to Mississippi, man. All right, this off of Hoodlum, man. Make sure you follow them on Instagram. Police officer pleads guilty after making man lick urine off of the jail floor. He faces up to 1 year in prison and $10,000 fine. That's it. All right. A Mississippi ex-police officer pleaded guilty after forcing a man to lick urine off the jail floor. Michael Christian Green, 26, lost his job as a Pearl Police Department patrol officer in late December 4 days after security cameras showed the violent encounter in Pearl, a suburb of the capital city of Jackson. Security footage in the police department showed that once the man was in a holding cell, he knocked on the cell door and tried to tell Green that he needed to urinate. According to the court document, after waiting for some time, the man went to the back of the cell and urinated in the corner. And y'all know what happened next, man. He didn't force them. He enforced them. He made them, beat them to lick that pee off the floor, man. That's crazy and nasty right there. And this nigga only faces up to a year. He ain't gonna even get no jail time. That's crazy. Hopefully, the nigga sue the shit out of him. All right, let me see. Yeah, I ain't licking no pee off the floor, nigga. We about to be fighting up in that motherfucker. We fucked up. All right, let me see. Hold on. We got some Big Sean news, man. Some Big Sean news. Big Sean recovering from a stomach bug, man. Y'all be careful out there. Y'all make sure y'all wash your hands out there, man. A stomach bug, norovirus, that causes vomiting and diarrhea. He advises fans to wash y'all motherfucking hands, dog. This off the Jasmine brand. On stage at the 2024 Rolling Loud Festival, the Detroit rapper revealed he is recovering from a norovirus, which caused him to almost miss his performance. After he announced the news, Big Sean told fans who worked at the restaurants to wash your motherfucking hands, dog. All right, let's check it out. Hit the like button.
Hey, the nasty shit though. So how many of y'all work in a restaurant or a restaurant business? Y'all wash y'all motherfucking hands, dog. This fucking shit I have going around right now, and it's from people with fecal matter and throwing up and not washing their fucking hands. Do not be fucking disgusting and wash your goddamn fucking hands. This shit had me about to motherfucking just miss all this fucking fun ass opportunities, all these things I had to do, man.
All right. So yeah, man, that's the latest on Big Sean. He telling y'all, wash your hands, dog. Wash your hands. Hold on. I don't know why I keep doing that. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. This made me alive. I'm the host, Big D. Let's see. What else? I got some more in my email. But first, I wanted to play this, though, man. It's a little movie time real quick, man. Let's check this little movie out. Let me see. Here we go, man. Who dropped this, man? This shout out to Hip Hop Daily. Be reacting to this video, Hip Hop Daily, man. This EBK Jabo, the Reaper. All right, this the Reaper, man. Stockton, California. All right, let's check this video out. Hit that like button, hit that share, subscribe.
EBK Jabo is one of the hottest rappers on the West Coast right now. He keeps catching gun charges though. And today we're diving into his wild come up and the deadly war going on that makes him stay strapped up at all times. EBK Jabo was born and raised in the southeast area of Stockton around 2100 Nightingale Avenue. He said that back in the day when he was a kid, the southeast wasn't that crazy and everyone was just focused on hustling and making money instead of gangbanging. But that all changed when Jabo and his homies came up. Jabo hopped off the porch when he was around 12 years old and started stealing cars and breaking into houses. He got caught robbing a crib when he was like 14, and Jabo tried to do the race and drive off in a stolen whip. He didn't really know how to drive though, so he just pulled over and let the cops take him to juvie. He was in and out of juvie on little charges from 12 to 15 years old, and none of the early cases were that serious. But when he turned 15, Jabo caught his first real charge. It's not clear exactly what went down, but Jabo ended up getting booked on an attempted murder case. Since he was a minor when it happened, there isn't any public info about the situation, and Jabo has never talked about it either. When he went to juvie, Jabo was running fades all the time and getting into trouble. He could have been home a lot earlier, but he said he just wouldn't listen to anyone and kept getting time added for breaking rules on the inside. He actually graduated from high school while he was locked up, but Jabo was working on music at the same time from behind bars. He had been rapping his whole life, but never really took it seriously. Back in the day, he would pound on tables at school and freestyle for the homies though. Everyone around him knew he had skills, but Jabo was neck deep in the trenches and wasn't even thinking about becoming a rapper. What a lot of Jabo's fans don't know is that his dad was actually a poppin' rapper in Stockton back in the day named Rari. Rari came up on Nightingale Avenue too. His mom was addicted to drugs the whole time he was growing up, and his dad was always going in and out of jail, so Rari was mostly raised by his grandma. Rari's grandma was really strict with him back in the day and did her best to keep Rari out of the streets. Growing up in her house, he couldn't even listen to rap because his grandma didn't like all the swearing, but Rari still ended up in the trenches. He started breaking into houses and getting into trouble, but what really changed everything for him is when Rari found a local rapper's tape in an abandoned house he broke into with his homies. Nobody knows who the artist was, but it was the first time Rari heard anyone shouting out Stockton on a song, and that's what made him want to hop in the booth and become a rapper. Another big reason he wanted to get out of the trenches was losing his homies to gun violence. Back in 2002, Rari was chilling on the block with his friend Aaron Vickers and some other dudes. Earlier that day, Rari and Aaron had seen cars go by for a funeral and were talking about how they wouldn't want to go through losing a homie like that. Then just a few hours later, Rari watched Aaron die right in front of him. While they were standing on the street, someone pulled through and started letting off shots. Bullets went everywhere and put holes in the crib they were standing in front of, but Aaron was the only one who got hit. Seeing his best friend get killed like that made Rari realize he needed to switch things up, and that's when he really started going hard with the music. But just like Jabo, Rari's trouble with the cops kept getting in the way of his rap career. One time he was on probation, and someone in Atlanta wanted to meet with him about a record deal. Rari had been gangbanging, but really wanted to switch up how he moved and make it out of the streets with music. But his parole officer said he couldn't go to Atlanta. Rari knew it was a huge opportunity though, so he took the risk and went out to Atlanta without telling his PO. Unfortunately, the deal didn't work out for him though, and to make it even worse, his parole officer found out about the trip and Rari got booked again for violating his parole. Rari still didn't let it stop his grind though. He came back home and went right back to work. He started investing his own money into the rap game and set up his own studio. He even taught himself how to make beats so he wouldn't have to wait around for other producers to send him their tracks. It took a while to get his name popping, but eventually all the hard work paid off. Rari was racking up thousands of streams, getting booked for shows, and linking up with other rappers in the city like Tate. Tate was a battle rapper from Stockton who was getting a lot of buzz on his name. He had been in the underground scene for years and was about to really pop off. But then in 2012, he was brutally murdered in broad daylight. Tate was sitting in Long Park with his girlfriend when someone came up and tapped him on the shoulder. Then Tate turned around and they upped the strap and shot him in the face. Nobody knows why the shooter wanted him dead, but Tate's death was a massive loss for the Stockton rap game. The shooting also had a big impact on Rari. He'd only known Tate for like a year before he was killed, but they got super close and were in the studio together all the time. Rari was still on probation and trying to stay out of trouble, and he said that Tate is the one who really pushed him to stay on the grind and keep focused in the rap game. Rari was also trying to get Jabo involved with music back then. Jabo was just a kid, but Rari would bring him to the studio and have him sing on tracks whenever Rari had an R&B artist pull through and record. Rari was making all the right moves and was finally on his way up in the industry, but then he was tragically murdered while trying to protect his kids. It's not clear exactly how it went down, but this is the story according to some sources. When Jabo was around 11 years old, some teenagers in the hood robbed him and his brother. Rari had just finished 7 years of probation and was really trying to stay out of trouble, but he wasn't going to let someone just rob his kids and get away with it. So Rari allegedly tracked the teenagers down to press them about it. Nobody knows what really happened next, but after Rari found him, one of the teenagers allegedly pulled out a gun and killed Rari on the spot. Losing his dad changed everything for Jabo. If Rari was still alive and made it in the music industry, there's no telling what kind of life Jabo would have had. But after Rari was killed, it didn't take long for Jabo to jump off the porch and get active.
Shout out to everybody in the building. This may be the live. I'm your host, Big D. We reacted to this video, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to Hip Hop Daily. That's EBK Jabo, the Reaper. All right. Make sure y'all also subscribe to all my moderators, man. All the moderators in the page, the Mod Squad. What's up with it?
Eventually, Jabo hopped in the booth and started dropping music. He was working with a company called Thizzler on the Roof, and they were really trying to push Jabo into the industry. He was running up millions of views on YouTube, but he had too much going on in the streets to really focus on the rap game, and that's how he ended up back in jail. Even though he wasn't even trying to make it in the industry, Jabo was getting a lot of buzz on his name on the West Coast. Stockton doesn't have a huge rap scene.
The first omen is terrifying audiences.
But Jabo and his homies were kicking off a new wave that was getting a lot of attention in the city. A lot of them were popping off for rap, but behind the music was a bloody war with their ops in the street. EBK has only been around for a few years, but they're already one of the most notorious crews in the city. They say that they're just a rap collective and aren't involved with the streets, but the cops officially classified them as a gang back in 2018. It's not clear how much work Jabo was putting in for the crew, but since 2019, they've been making all kinds of headlines for turning Stockton into a war zone. Back in 2019, a dude named Ronald Celestine was shot and killed in a drive-by. Reports say it was 2 EBK affiliates who pulled the trigger, and 3 days later, they spun through his hood again and shot up a candlelight vigil that Ronald's family put on. 5 people were hurt during the shooting at the vigil, and one of them tragically didn't make it out alive. Ronald's cousin, Benny Lott, wasn't affiliated with the streets at all and just came to the vigil to honor his cousin. But the streets of Stockton are so crazy that you can't even go to a funeral without worrying about getting shot. The cops ended up arresting 2 EBK affiliates named Brian Norman and Raymoni Gaines for the shooting. EBK had a lot of heat on them after Ronald and Benny's deaths, but just 2 days after the shooting at the vigil, they allegedly slid into North Stockton and hit up 2 more ops. The police had a lot of pressure to cool the streets off, and a few months later, they ended up booking 9 EBK affiliates for murder, robbery, and a bunch of other charges. Everything calmed down for a while after that, but then a whole new wave of violence sparked up and tore Stockton apart. Before Jabo started blowing up, the first dude affiliated with EBK who was buzzing in the rap game was a dude named Young Slowby. Young Slowby was on the grind for years before he started popping. He had to invest a lot of cash in his own career before anyone was even paying attention. But eventually, it all started coming together. Slow was making a lot of noise in Stockton, but he really leveled up when he got tight with a rapper from Sacramento named Briss. Slow and Briss both came up in the trenches and had a lot of chemistry in the booth, and their track 2142 popped off and ran up millions of streams. Briss had been rapping for a long time too, but the link up with Slow's will change everything for both of them. They had plans to take over the West Coast together, but what nobody knew back then is that they were both about to lose their lives to the trenches. While Slow and Briss were linking up and putting on for the West Coast, Briss was beefing with 2 other rappers from Sacramento named Uzi Marcus and Mozzie. Briss had personal beef with Uzi Marcus because they both had history with the same girl, and Uzi made the drama public when he dissed Briss on the track 42K and rapped, "Keep it real, you niggas ain't killed the fly, and if it's money on my head, why the fuck I'm still alive? You niggas ain't popping shit, they really just talking shit. Where they at? I'm right here on 42nd with the stick. Lil Briss, he a pussy, and Lil Danny, he a bitch. Keep playing, I'll be outside your granny's with the switch." Briss had issues with Mozzie because he was homies with a rapper from Sacramento named CML Lavish D. Lavish D and Mozzie have been going back and forth for years, and both sides have taken losses in the beef. After Mozzie dissed Lavish D, his homie Zilla Zoe was murdered first. Then a few months later, his homie Jacoby James was killed too. Lavish D's homie Stunner D was killed next, and that's when Briss allegedly got caught up in the beef too. Rumors said that Mozzie's crew was still trying to even the score, and they caught up to Briss in June 2020 while he was driving down the street. Someone started letting off shots, and Briss crashed into a pole. He hopped out of the car and tried to run away, but unfortunately, Briss wasn't fast enough, and the ops shot him to death. Briss's death had a major impact on Young Slowby, but he was still trying to keep the momentum up and stay on his grind. And a year after Briss died, Slow really hit the mainstream when his track "I Love You" went viral on TikTok. It looked like he was going to be one of the first rappers from Stockton to really go up in the industry. But then in 2022, Young Slowby was found dead in the street. Rumors say that both their deaths were tied into the beef with Mozzie and CML Lavish D, but there's a good chance that Slow was killed by EBK's ops in Stockton. EBK's biggest ops are a set called Trap Mob, aka Flyboys. Jabo's been sending shots at them ever since he hopped in the booth, like on the track The Apocalypse when he raps, "Up it on the biggest nigga moving, I'm a Glock lifter, a shot sender, and I'm spanking any mob member," and "Hey brother, get up on that hoe and I'ma knock sister, fuck the mob, I told y'all keep my name up out y'all cock lickers." Rumors say Trap Mob might have been involved with Young Slowby's death, and Jabo aired him out about it on the track Slowby Mode. Jabo was locked up when Slowby was killed, and on the track, he rapped, "It's not a nigga around me loafing, everybody strapped. Just left Scribner Street. Where was everybody at? And I'm with Rico from the 10 when niggas come to sack. And aha, a flag just got squashed. Bring your brother back. Suckers kill Slow B. Now I'm home. Another tomato coming. What's really weird about the situation with young Slow B and Briz is that Jabo is still bumping Mozzie's music on social media. There's nothing tying Mozzie to Slow's death, but a lot of fans are confused because Briz was beefing with Mozzie when he died, and young Slowby was super tight with Briz. Then when people were dissing Jabo for not sliding after young Slowby died, he hopped on IG and dissed Mozzie's dead homie K Squeeze. K Squeeze allegedly killed another rapper named Lil Jody Woe. Then one day later, K Squeeze was shot to death too. Jabo wasn't just sending shots on songs on social media though. He's known for throwing hands every time he gets locked up too. Once he was locked up in county with a massive op named Seawalk, who everyone was allegedly scared to fight, but Jabo didn't back down from the fade. During an IG live session, Jabo said that Seawalk dissed him right when he got to jail, but they couldn't fight because the yard was hot, so they planned to run the fade the next day.
What's up, nigga? He like, yeah, I'm Seawalk, cuz townhomes. I'm like, nigga, I'm Jabo, Southeast, nigga, EBK. The nigga like, nigga, fuck the Southeast. I'm like, damn. So we get to the yard or whatever the case may be, bro. He like, bro, it's high right now, so we gonna fade in the morning, bro. Or unless you want to go to the hub. I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to go to the hub. We gonna fade in the morning.
Jabo admitted that Seawalk beat him, but during the fight, Jabo ended up scratching Seawalk's eye.
So we get on the yard. I ain't gonna lie, he with me. Sure, he shake my hand like, yep, on my mama, I respect you. He like, but you scratch my eye, cuz you want to go again? And I keep it a band. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We can program. He with me again, I ain't gonna lie. Blood with me again.
A lot of dudes won't admit to ever losing the fight, but Jabo knows that if you're really throwing down like that all the time, you can't win them all. A lot of people were clowning his homie, EBK Young Jock, for getting his chain snatched last year too. But Jabo said just because you get robbed one time doesn't mean anything.
Shit happens, you feel me? That don't tarnish a nigga gangster or tarnish a nigga image just because a nigga got something took from him. I'm not saying that it's cool to get something took from you either, you feel me? But when you slip up, shit like that happens.
Some fans were surprised that Jabo was standing up for Young Jock though, because there used to be some tension in the EBK crew. According to rumors, Jock's older brother, Hari B, snitched on the case with EBK Osama and got him locked up. It's not clear exactly what went down, but it caused a lot of issues in the crew, and Jabo even dissed Hari B on the track and raps, "Hari turned rat, he couldn't take the hit. They told that nigga 20 years, he started eating cheese." Luckily, they were able to squash everything though. But before they could really focus on putting EBK on the map in the rap game, Jabo ended up getting locked up again. In April 2023, Jabo caught a bunch of gun charges and was in jail for another 6 months before they let him out on bail. This time when he came back home, Jabo said he was really tightening up how he moved. He ended up getting out of Stockton and was way more focused on the rap game too. A lot of his music used to leak back in the day because he'd have a bunch of homies in the studio with him and the tracks would end up on the internet before they were supposed to. But Jabo told No Jumper he was getting way more serious about rapping and being more professional in the studio. It looked like Jabo was ready to go all in on his music and leave the street drama behind. But then in January 2024, news broke that EBK Jabo was back in jail for the gun charges he got booked for in 2023. Nobody knows why Jabo got locked up again, but it's probably over a probation violation. The judge didn't even want to give him bail last time because he has so many priors on his record. So if Jabo did violate the bond, he'll probably be sitting behind bars till he goes to trial or takes a plea deal. Hopefully the case doesn't go left for him though. Jabo is buzzing more than ever in the rap game right now and has serious potential to really put Stockton on the map if he beats these charges and stays focused.
This is like a secret weapon. It's Arcade by Output, one of the greatest plugins that I've ever used.
All right. So yeah, man, that was off of Hip Hop Daily, man. Make sure you subscribe to them. We reacted to the video, EBK Jabo, the Reaper. All right, EBK Jabo, man, he is one of the hottest in California right now. Put out a lot of music, man. So shout out to everybody in the building. This made me a lot of the most big D. Make sure y'all smash that like button, hit that share, subscribe to my moderator pages. Let me see what else I had up in my email before I get up out this thing. All right. Let me see. Everything popped up. Oh, shit, tripping. All right, hold on. All right, got some good news, man. Here goes some good news, man. This off Media Takeout. Some R&B news, I guess, whatever you want to call it, man. The R&B singer Jacquees, man, looked like he'd have knocked up Deandra Sanders' daughter, man. Deandra, her name Deandra. Expecting it. All right, Jacquees and Deandra Sanders' daughter, Deandra, expecting a child together. Congratulations. Deandra Sanders announced she is expecting a baby with R&B singer Jacquees, but the pregnancy is coming under messy circumstances. Oh, shit. Last week, Media Takeout reported that Jacquees was exposed for texting his ex, rapper Dreezy, while still in a relationship with Deandra. Jeezy exposed Jacquees as a cheater who was looking to get back with her, all while Deon's daughter was at home pregnant. Well, Deandra seems to be happy with her new family despite the indiscretions. I never thought I'd be here, but here we are. She captioned the post. I know a lot has transpired over the last month, but what hasn't happened is me being able to tell my own truth for myself. So here it is. Even though this was not planned nor expected, this is still something God allowed to happen. I'm not having my baby to keep a man. I am having my baby for all the times I was told I wouldn't be able to. That was from Deandra Sanders. All right, let's see. All right. I can't play the music. I don't want to get no comments. All right, so yeah, man, she pregnant basically. All right, Deandra Sanders is having a little Jacquees. All right, congratulations. That shit keep freezing. happened. That shit crazy, man. Y'all heard the Queen Lotus. Make sure you subscribe to her channel, man. You heard her. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. All right. I'm going to cut this short because this shit keep freezing. I ain't time for this bullshit. So I'm going to cut this short. Make sure y'all hit that bell. Be notified next time I go live. I'm about to drop a video as soon as I get off this live, man. So look for this video I'm about to drop. Surviving Trenches News. Jokes, funny, you know what I'm saying? Couple people gonna be mad, but it's okay. It's okay. Be mad. I don't care. You know, Surviving Trenches News, man. I'm about to drop that video as soon as I get off that live, man. So I'm gonna need y'all to run it up, like, share, and all that shit. Shout out to NC, the Queen Lotus, that Beezy, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking original Mob Squad, man. Drove the mob, you feel me? And all the rest of the moderators, make sure you subscribe to their channel, man. Yeah, make sure you run their videos up also. Make sure you go to Amazon.com and get the House of Our Chicago Drill. I guess I could play one more song, man. I could play one more song before I get up off of here. All right. I'll play another song off that new Zay Bang album, man. Y'all gotta listen to it. It might gonna be a hot pick, man. I might have to listen to the whole shit. I only listen to a couple songs, but this Zay Bang and Big Sad 1900, Big Sad 1900. So it's a Bay Area, Los Angeles collab right here called Tears in the Wraith, man. Let's check it out. Hit that like button. So yeah, man, that's another one off that new Zay Bang March Madness, man. Make sure y'all stream, download, put that on your playlist, man. You know, Zay Bang don't miss, man. You know, he got them bars for you. You dig? Shout out to NC though, man. Shout out to NC. Subscribe to NC, man. Got all that hot content, man. I need y'all to run all my moderated videos up, man. Get all my moderators in the algorithm. Hit them like buttons, comments on all them videos, man. Hit the like buttons and make sure you share it, man. Push all my moderator shits. All the moderators, all the mod squad. Chris Barlow got videos. Queen Lotus got videos. BZ about to drop her first video. You dig? All right, man. So yeah, let me get up off here. I'm gonna do my outro, man. And I'm about to drop this video. So be looking for that within like the next 10, 15 minutes. Just gotta upload it. Much love, y'all. Check me out. I'm gonna go live tomorrow early too. All right.